furry got hit by a 3-foot pole pipe.
Well, like I said, going back to that, it's Sunday, so out there. Like I said, if you're filming, I'll go on record again. If you're out there filming people, minding their own business, worshiping their God, I don't care what you believe into, what you pray for, and on the curb, then what do you expect? If you haven't been in a government building, a police station, outside, a protest, whatever, that's not auditing.
But um, Disneyland isn't like that.
Say that again.
Disneyland isn't one of those government places that you just named.
I can't hear you.
Really? Hello, hello.
There you go. Sorry, he was real low. Was that you talking, Mike?
Yeah, I was saying Disneyland is not a government business like you were mentioning.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you out filming kids and stuff of that nature?
Well, if we can film Disneyland, Walt Disney World, the fucking Leaning Tower of Pisa, or the CN Tower, we can fucking film a fucking church.
And here's
what's
my
the
argument.
Fucking difference? What is the difference?
Well, here's my argument on that one. Now, finally, we're actually talking about auditing and not fucking weed or drinking beer. I mean, at least have a conversation with the people. Don't speak gibberish.
You don't have to talk to no one.
I understand that. I'm 100% about that.
That just nullified what you just said.
No, Next. because they, and I'll say it, he fucking creates a fucking situation to gain content, and that's not the way to do so. I believe that everybody should be able to walk down the street freely.
They don't have to. They don't have to come up to him.
And film and do whatever. And
they don't have to come up to her.
Ask you a question.
They don't have to come up to her.
And how many of videos have we seen him instigate a problem or a threat and or a possible threat? So you're gonna get a response to a situation. I'm not saying that everybody.
There wouldn't be a situation if they just minded their own business.
And there's a difference there. This is the line we're talking about. You know, if I'm at work and if somebody wants to come, once again, I've got a lot of skin in the game here. Yeah, if you're filming at work and you're filming and people want to come out and ask a question, and that's why this whole little group there, and you speaking fucking gibberish, you're not educating a single person, and all that happens is one, you get arrested, two, you pepper spray somebody, or three, you leave and there's 10 or 15 employees going, what the fuck, without one person being educated on the First Amendment. Not one person gets educated for what this group of people are doing. And that's why people are just laughing at them now. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I don't see it that way.
Okay, and that's
I don't see her instigating. Yes, she does the voices, but who cares? I could say that about any Chinese person or an African or a fucking whatever. Doesn't fucking matter what they say.
Well, once again, we're not
just because you're a business or whatever. If you come up to someone, you think they have any that they have to talk to you?
No,
dude. If someone came up to me and say, "Hey, why are you filming?" I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my face, bitch! I'll fucking knock you the fuck down."
Mm-hmm. Once again, it's just my opinion, because you had your channel's name, what it is, for what it is, and it's just not. Stop fucking with civilians. Stop fucking with walking down the street at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They're fucking with her.
With flashlights and shit and shining and fucking people's cars. That's why Texas has become a joke.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with looking in cars.
Well, it's reasonable suspicion to
suspicion is not a crime.
It's reasonable suspicion to ID you.
Nope.
Okay, there's a
You can
difference.
only ID if you have RAS if you committed a crime, about to commit a crime, in a process
If
of
you're
committing.
shining a flashlight in
That
a
is not a
house,
crime. That is not a
in a
crime.
car,
It may
is a
not
That
be
is
a
crime.
crime, Mike. It may not be a crime, but is it really necessary? Is it really something that should be done?
No, I'm not saying,
You know,
but
in any decent society, well-adjusted society, is that an acceptable thing to do to someone?
if it's a cop car, yeah.
Well, no, I'm not talking about a cop. Not talking about a cop.
You're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about just
civilian, yeah.
normal, everyday
Well,
people.
maybe they like the look of it. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
they're
their
so at
reasonings.
2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, they're trying to look, and we all know who I'm talking about without saying the names. To look at, hey, I'm interested in buying this car, Mike. Is that your defense?
I have no defense. I'm just
And once
as
again, we're not talking about a cop car.
just
We're
as
not talking about a
baffled
federal
as
building.
their
We're not
reasons
talking
for
about a
doing
police
it.
department. We're not talking about a government building. We're not talking about a post office. We're talking about residential neighborhoods or
Yeah.
people at church being fucked with, or people at work being fucked with, making money and minding their own fucking business, and people starting fucking problems with them. That's a problem. That's where my discussion's about right here.
Yeah.
And I believe that was invalid. It just said, in a normal society, you don't do that. If I'm sitting here at 3 o'clock in the morning and I
What's
see
normal
somebody,
now?
and if I see somebody with a flashlight
Not
shining
the
it in
issue.
my car, then I'm coming out and I'm going to address you. I'm coming out
Normal
fucking armed
doesn't
to
exist.
No,
address your.
Mike, those are the arguments of somebody who doesn't. No, you can't. What is normal? No one knows what normal is. That's not the issue.
Mhm.
The issue is, what does you, as a part of this society that we are all in, how do you justify doing that?
Doing
Like,
what?
because it's not normal. You know,
Doing what?
flashing a flashlight, going around with a camera, acting all weird on the street, so a cop fucking pushes you around. That's not
Filming in-
normal. That's not what normal people do. That's where
So
they're.
you're
That's where
saying
they're
so
coming
you're
from.
saying every auditor is wrong?
No.
No,
Because
not at all.
I've seen hundreds of auditors that go around in the dark in the night with flashlights walking the streets on the sidewalk, which is
Because
what
we're
you just described.
no, could no.
Yeah,
We're
I
SGV,
understand. I understand.
SGV, SJVT, Al SoCal, Bay Area Fam,
SJ, as far as
MCC.
SJ is concerned, what he does is wrong.
And that's on the civilian side, right? Is
Acura
what you're saying?
Amanda does it
Yes,
at
on
night.
the civilian side, when he does the civilian stuff,
Big
he needs to
Nick,
stop. Personally,
If you're in a residential
Poole.
area, at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, filming and shining lights when you have no business, because there's no cops there. They're filming civilians. If you're shining lights, they're instigating people to get the cops there. If you're shining a light, once again, you have every right to film and or put a flashlight in a cop car. They're filming civilians. If you're out there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon filming fucking people at work, working at it's past where they're not even filming government contractors. They're out there instigating and they are hurting the cause. Every one of those videos creates 100 people that are like, fuck you. You have the right to do this, but fuck you because you're doing it fucking wrong. That's just my opinion.
You just blasted at least 100 auditors.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of auditors out there who shouldn't be auditing. Personally,
Yeah. I've got my phone. I can pull it up and show you right now. I've got at least 700 auditors fucking numbers on my phone that aren't even still in the game right now. And there's people, and that's a true story. You know, I've told you about my old phone and number of lists. And so, yeah, if you think that's right to walk down, Mike, down a public street and not filming people like civilians. We're not talking about officers. We're not talking about public employees. We're not talking about you have policy to
I never
identify
said
people.
it was okay.
Well, I think you did there for a second. That's why my voice is a little bit raised.
No.
Cover that a bit and restate that last sentence again, please.
Yeah, if you think it's okay to film civilians or citizens in their personal property, their private property, and shine lights in their fucking windows and their cars to create a response is fucking wrong. That's not auditing. That's not holding anybody accountable. You're creating a situation
No, Steve, we're not. We're not.
in a public neighborhood to create a disturbance to make somebody that has a Second Amendment to come out there and defend their property and their vehicle is not auditing.
I think what's happening here between what you're saying and what Steve and them are thinking is that no, we're not saying that it's it's not okay. You can go do that. We are in sync with that thinking. What we're saying is that going out to say a business like SJ does all the time, these people don't give a fuck about the First Amendment. They don't give a fuck about the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, or a whole goddamn thing. These people want to work, go home, sleep, and die well.
And
That's all. They don't want to be fucked with. They don't need to be educated. They don't. That's their job. Okay, you don't go to somebody's job and mess with them like that. You want to go to a post office? Fine. You want to go to an official building? Fine. That's what the auditing community was and should be about. It does not have to go to people's job sites and give them a hard time at any time of the day or night. We're not talking about homes. We're not talking about anything else. And that's another thing, I mean, just because you have the intention of doing good or being an auditor or whatever, other people don't fucking care about your intentions. They care about their own goddamn lives. And yes, they might have to, allow you to have your convictions and your thoughts and your shit, but they have theirs as well. And theirs isn't even directly, not even close to thinking about what auditors are thinking about.
Exactly.
There is that disconnect because there's no information being really exchanged. There's no communication.
Communication or education. It's literally, I speak in gibberish.
Yes, it is recorded in public, and I'm fine with that.
And anybody that subs to that, supports that pays a fucking penny to that, is fucking garbage. It's about strength in numbers and education. If I go out there, and once again, yes, they have the right to stand on a fucking sidewalk and film, but they don't educate anybody. All they do is create 100 people, fucking haters towards this community with no education, no anything. Every fucking video, and it's garbage. We watch videos. Hey, I went to a post office. I educated poster 7. Hey, I went here. Homeland Security. I educated somebody. The cops come here. Hey, they have the right to film here. Hey, you have a simple, calm conversation with the people all involved. There are people, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. That is what this community, allegedly, in my opinion, is supposed to be about. If you go there and you speak fucking gibberish, you try to create fucking contact, and then you laugh going, hey, they fucked up my shit, and you pepper spray somebody sitting in
The reason they speak their gibberish is to show that it doesn't matter what you say or do. You could be as quiet as a mouse.
Well, that's bullshit,
and there's
Mike.
still hold on, let me finish. You can be quiet as a mouse. You'll still have the cops being called. You could tell them the flat out truth and still call the cops. It does not fucking matter. If you speak English, Chinese, Japanese, or if you be quiet.
Well, it does because we've seen silent audits. We've seen people educated in the law, holding the papers in their hand. But if all you're doing is sitting there creating a fucking problem with civilians,